two defining players of their era. Which of those teams do you think has a deeper playoff run in them this year?
It's tough. I would say the Lakers, only because I think they have multiple players and they have a cohesive defensive unit. Currently, again, it's been a little iffy over the last couple weeks with some injuries and the way they've been playing on the East Coast road trip, obviously. But I think when they were healthy and what we saw of them and who they were beating and how they were playing, especially over a long period of time, you're talking about from the middle of January. The Lakers have had a top 5 defense. They've been playing well. So I think Golden State still has some things that they need to figure out. Don't forget, Luka got there before the trade deadline, right? Luka got there. There was a little bit more time. Those week, 10 days, those things matter when it comes to a short amount of time.
So he's leaning Lakers. How about you, Jay Will?
I would agree with RJ. I mean, we talked about this earlier before. I mean, I gave a couple of video points about how they were defensively. And with their rotations, their sense of urgency, I mean, look, it's the real thing. RJ is correct. I know he loves hearing that.
Booze. Any votes for the Warriors in this conversation?
I like the Warriors, but these guys are right. Clean sweep. Lakers have a better chance.
Okay, and then one more. RJ, going to the East, and you obviously late in your career were there in Cleveland with LeBron and all the rest of that. I got a lot of Cavs fans who were mad because every single day on this show, all anyone does is tell me, well, Boston's unbeatable in the East. Clearly, it's going to be Boston in the East. No one can play with Boston in the East. And a lot of the fans in Cleveland are saying, in case you haven't noticed, we've had the best record in the conference from the moment the ball was first thrown up in October. So I guess I would frame it to you. What do you say to those people who say, you know what, this is the Boston Invitational in the Eastern Conference?
For my Cleveland people, I hate telling good people bad things, but if the Boston Celtics are healthy with their depth, they are still the favorite team. That does not mean that they can't be beat, but I don't think anyone is betting good money on the Boston Celtics to lose. That being said, the Cleveland Cavaliers, in my opinion, and the OKC Thunder are the only two teams that are equipped to beat Boston. The one difference is for Cleveland, especially after they got DeAndre Hunter, they actually have to face Boston before the NBA Finals. So the only thing that can stop Boston to me is injuries. We've seen that with Porzingis. We've seen that with Jason Tatum. If they are healthy, it's an issue.
What do you think, Booze?
I agree. I think Boston's a team to beat in the Eastern Conference. I think Cleveland has a chance in the 7-game series. But if they're completely healthy, Tatum, Porzingis, and the rest of those guys, they play on both sides of the ball at an elite level. They're the favorite coming out.
Jay Will.
RJ, real quick, I got to ask you another question. We all know that about those two teams. You think LeBron is going to say anything today when that stuff comes out with Pat McAfee about Stephen A. Smith? You think he's going to tap into that at all?
Yes. That it got very quiet in here for very good reasons. You'll have to tune into McAfee. Yes, RJ doesn't hear. Okay, RJ, I got something else for you here. I got one more for you before we go. We're doing Way Back Wednesdays. This is the last time Richard Jefferson was with us at the Seaport. It's been much too long since he was here. The last time he was here, he was playing catch. He threw a ball to our stage manager, Brandon Phillips, and smashed a monitor. RJ, that's the last time. It's not a coincidence that it's the last time you were here. It's almost exactly 2 years ago today. RJ, you smashed a monitor. By the way, we still haven't paid for it, but that's a whole other conversation for another day. RJ, your recollection.
But that's what happened, Brent. That's what happens when you throw a basketball to a football player. That was the issue. Brandon's a football player. He's a big lug over there. It's my guy. That's my guy. But you can't throw a basketball to a football player. No hands whatsoever.
The moment actually took place like this, Booze. Brandon actually said, I've got great hands. No one has better hands. He said those words.
He said that? Okay.
No one has better hands than me. RJ flings it to him. Brandon absolutely just watches it smash into a monitor and then starts telling everyone that it's RJ's fault. And it's just, generally speaking, a pretty terrible moment in every conceivable way. And, you know, I was just standing there thinking, well, we now have a broken monitor and someone's going to be asked to explain it. This is Brandon, by the way.
Right here.
To say he's a football player, by the way, is extremely kind. That would be a very kind description of Brandon, whom we love. RJ, a final word on this, your triumphant return to Get Up, and it has been much too long.
My final word is this. I'm so proud of my Arizona Wildcats. These guys have been up and down throughout a season. They're playing well. Yes. Are they going against the we get everything, America's always for us, the Cooper American flag Duke team? Yes. But you know what? The last time that Arizona played Duke, they had a guy on his team named Kyrie. He was pretty good. You know who won that game? Arizona. So I believe in our guys. And we can do the betting on the side, guys. I'll text y'all on the side. I'll text Booze on the side.
Mike,
night, RJ.
Hey, RJ, I love you, big fella. Thanks a million for doing this. I can't thank you enough. This does not incorporate seasons, but the actual dates, January 1st of 80 to December 31st of 89. Which player in the NBA had the most 30-point games?
I'm going to say Bernard King.
Bernard, I loved Bernard King. I named my hamster Bernard. That's how much I loved him. But that's not even close to being right. The answer is Alex English.
Oh, I was thinking of those Denver teams that put up a lot of that. Kiki Vandeweghe, Alex English, Denver Nuggets team that basically put up 140
Bernard
points.
King is 10th. The rest of the list is Adrian Dantley 2nd, Michael Jordan 3rd, Dominique Wilkins 4th, Larry Bird 5th. So I would say good guess, but that would be somewhat patronizing, and I don't want to do that.
Credit.
I have too much respect for you. No, you get no credit whatsoever. Alex English is correct. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it has been far too long since I have been able to do this. Richard Jefferson is back with us on Get Up. It has been forever since we've had him on the program. RJ, welcome back to Get Up.
Greeny, it's so good to see you on this beautiful, beautiful day. It is so, so good to see you and only you. I have one man on your left that traded me from New Jersey and another man that sent me to New Jersey. So I'm excited to see you and only you.
Okay, well, I want to do a little way back here, a little way back Wednesday, and let me get Carlos Boozer in here too, just to devastate our buddy RJ a little bit more as we relive great memories. Our two Duke guys and our Arizona guy, they met in the 2001 National Championship game with the Blue Devils winning 82-72. Jay Will had 16. Carlos Boozer had 12 and 12. Richard Jefferson scored 19 points. He had 4 threes in that game, but unfortunately comes in a losing effort. This was my idea. As soon as I realized this matchup was coming up this weekend, Duke and Arizona, and that I had Boozer and Jay Will, I texted RJ and I said, I got to get you in here for a couple of minutes. I know how busy you are doing games and everything. RJ, what are your emotions towards these two men as you look back on that game?
Booze, what's up, my guy? You're doing a great job.
RJ?
I'm really
You good?
enjoying your work. I like Booze. I grew up with Booze. That me and this guy, we've been playing against each other since we were 16. Jay Will, on the other hand, he's from the East Coast. I never liked him, never knew him. And so when I got to know him, it only made things worse. And I stand by this, right? I'm not going to sit here and go all officials on anybody, but I will say in 2001, I had a point guard named Jason Gardner. Right? It was maybe Jay Will's third foul, maybe his third foul in the history of college basketball, and he literally rode him. That's what he did. He rode him in the national championship game, and that's what we had to deal with. It was